my
Did
side.
you have any like negative reaction or any friends that you thought were friends and then things just changed when that happened for you?
You know what? Not in my immediate circle. So
That's the only thing
anything
that
outside
matters.
of that, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Can I ask, going
amazing.
back to when you were saying that I cross dress, right? And then Joey, you were so accepting of it because you were like, okay, I'm going to support you. Within yourself, did you think like I want to be a trans woman, or I am part of like the LGBT community, or was it just like, oh, this is me trying to understand where I'm from? Was it a phase of being confused? Like, I guess my question is, when you transition to a trans woman, isn't it expected for you to be, I guess, attracted to male?
okay.
Yeah, that's
You know?
a very common like
Yeah.
Question.
question and
Yeah.
thought process too. Yes.
So gender identity and gender preference, completely different things.
Okay.
Right? The way I present with my gender
Yeah.
is not the preference of, besides there's lesbians,
Yes,
gays,
yeah,
bis,
yeah.
right? So that was very confusing for a lot of people. They're like, you came out, but you still want to be married to your
Yeah.
wife?
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you? And
Yeah.
she gets a lot of this where she's like, oh, you need a man.
Interesting.
And
Yeah.
Yes.
They say that to her.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I get,
And they tell
I get
me, like-
different commentary.
It's like they message me saying like, you know, break up with your wife because she needs a man. And I'm like,
Oh, how
no.
how
Is there
unfair
these
for Joey.
DMs
That's so
on
sad.
Instagram?
No, public
No,
comment.
it's for us to also, for people who listen here, to understand and be educated with
Yeah.
what it's like. Like you said, gender identity, how you identify as a person, doesn't necessarily define what
Who
who
you
you like or what
Your
you're attracted to,
preference,
your
yes.
preference, right?
And, you know, like the new age gen now, right? Where they can fall in love with anyone.
Yeah.
Because,
pansexual.
right?
They're fluid.
Because for them, love is love. It doesn't matter if it's male or female or cis, non-binary, fluid. There's like so much rainbow, colorful in-betweeners nowadays.
Yeah.
But I had to check. Am I a lesbian now?
Yeah.
Looking good there.
No, because it also plays a role into Joey's like finding her identity as your wife, right?
Yes.
Even just saying your wife. So you also
We use spouse.
spouse.
Yes.
And then when you introduce Angie now, it
Yeah.
was from husband and now a
My
spouse. Yeah.
And then I love the word asawa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That takes care of both. Yeah.
So-
just a change in that.
There's a learning curve.
When a person transitions, everyone around transitions also.
Yeah.
because
We had the same experience.
So normally our older relatives have the hardest time struggling because the
That-
people who've known you the longest will be the hardest to
Yeah.
reshift. And the people who just meet you, no problem, because
Yeah.
this is how they see you already. I'm like, okay, good.
Yeah.
So it was interesting because even, I mean, I still get misgendered sometimes by my uncles and aunts, but I don't take it against them.
Doesn't
because,
bother you.
Yeah, because it's their, it really
They're
is-
hardwired
yeah, it's
already.
hardwired and it's very difficult for them.
Yeah, we have a transgender nephew, and I will share that because I saw him grow up as a girl. When I call him by his name now, it's very difficult for me. And even if I think I'm open, I'm woke, it's a history that I'm changing. And I was telling him now, I was like, you have to also give me time because it's something that I'm adjusting to. It just can't be like if I ask you to do this, it's instant, right?
Yes.
Because there's a learning curve with
Yes.
how you want to be addressed. So
I-
I don't think it's an intentional thing, I guess,
No,
for some people.
There's so much memories
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
And, like my brother, love him to bits. He also sometimes still misgenders me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he'll
And-
be like, remember when my brother and I,
Yeah.
and then change it,
And
I guess. Yeah.
I've learned at this stage in my life where I know who I am, and yes, I can get misgendered, but I'm still me. So
Yeah.
it doesn't change. I know who I am. You can throw all the male pronouns at me, and I'm still gonna be a trans woman. So
Yeah.
it doesn't offend me anymore.
I think also because you come from a place of security
Exactly.
with your wife, with your family. And like you said a while ago, your core group of friends accept you for who you are. So if these things happen, you're in such a position of feeling of safety,
Amen. Solid.
which is hard to come by. I
Yes.
mean,
I'm curious to know though. Sorry to cut you off. It's more
Yeah.
like you come from a place of security, but was there ever a point where you're like, well, maybe for you, like, was there ever a point like, I think this is not for me. We're gonna split up. Was there ever anything like that
Oh
for you
yeah,
guys?
we
There
went.
were.
It wasn't all like roses
Really?
and
Okay.
daisies. So Joey and I.
Dark times.
No, I'm really curious
Yes.
to know about that because is it your average type of relationship?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
so the 2013 till 2016 was the difficult
Yeah.
times with Joey and I, and we actually almost split up.
Yes.
We had moments where we're like, this is getting toxic for both of us. Maybe, we should end it already.
It was
And
hard.
I was traveling a lot alone already to the US. And then I've had a group of friends. I actually had a business idea also that I was like, I want to open here and stay here more.
Yeah.
Just be more free. And Joey was actually also soul searching and doing her own therapy.
I was throwing myself in work, like
Distracting yourself.
Yeah.
like Top Model came up season 3, and I just threw myself into it. But I was not in a happy position. I don't know if I didn't tell anyone because no one knew.
No, and this is when I met Joey.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't know.
That
And
was
you were
probably
just
the
the
hardest
kindest
time.
person to me on set. So I could not have told.
It was so hard. I was just trying to drown myself, and then people just do that. You just drown yourself in something.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's like the typical
Yeah.
reaction.
Yeah.
You're
And
going
something
through
like-
something at home. You also can't tell anybody.
Yeah, so I was kind of, and this was the time where, okay, we're transitioning, but I'm not seeing Angie yet. So I'm not seeing the final stages because it just happens in stages. And then I'm also encouraging her, you need to go out on your own. You need to do things for yourself now.
But you were together then. I remember you
Yes.
visited. I remember
Yes.
meeting you there.
But
Yeah.
you need to discover, I can't help you anymore.
Oh, you're like,
Now, I would describe it as like having a teenage daughter.
okay.
Yeah.
You're now entering where you need to discover and make your own mistakes. I'm not going to be there to
Protect you.
Yes. And I need to stop myself because you're becoming who you are authentically wanting to be. That's you.
Yeah.
But it kind of sucked because here I'm encouraging her to go, but I'm being left behind.
Yeah.
And she was resentful also.
I was so angry.
Because I would travel on my own and go to the US and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And then I'd
be
make her go
myself.
shopping
Read.
by herself.
And
And
you're
I
like,
would
what
be
about me?
angry.
oh, she would hate it.
Because I taught you that this doesn't fit your body shape. Why are you coming home with an A-line dress? I stopped buying these pussy bows.
The nice thing, right, when we travel, where we travel light and we get to reinvent ourselves because no one knows who we are.
Yeah.
So we get to reset and be like, okay, who is me now in this space? And that was why travel was so important to me, because I get to reinvent myself without the things that describe who I am in the Philippines. My work is not here. Like my
Stereotype.
my
Yeah.
friends aren't here to like define
Yeah.
me, so I get to reinvent myself from the ground up.
I think
And
sorry, sweetheart.
Go.
The hardest part as your partner was she had now invested in a company in the States, a new car shop, a beautiful blonde car shop owner that she's partnering with who's into cars. So
Yeah.
now automatically for a woman who's like,
Threat.
Yeah.
and then they all accept her
alert.
automatically as
Yeah.
Angie in a whole new group of car friends.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm coming to join in one of their car
Events.
exhibitions in Santa Barbara. And I really feel left out because they're all like, and new faces, all these
Yeah.
foreigners, new faces, and they're all like talking cars. And I'm just like, yeah, hi. And I remember walking by myself around Santa Barbara thinking, wow, like, where am I in this picture?
my
She's just set up her life here. And I'm like, kind of like angry at this business partner. Because
Yeah.
she doesn't know the history. She
Yeah.
hasn't gone through this.
Yeah. Oh my.
Yeah.
But then, and then I looked for therapy and
You worked
through
on yourself.
Yeah, through that whole thing while she was doing this, it was perfect because really her transition was my transition.
Yeah.
Through the various retreats I've gone to and the professionals I've talked to, I was able to hone in that it's abandonment from my own lack of parenting that her transition represent abandonment for me. Hence why I have a roadblock. It's not what she wants to do with her life and be who she was. I'm so happy for that. I'm all for it. But
Yeah.
why am I having
Yeah.
trouble? It's abandonment because I took myself out. I'm not being seen because a little Joey's not being seen.
Yeah.
And
Is
the-
that trauma from your past?
Yeah.
Oh my
so
gosh,
the moment
full
we got
circle.
through this, like when we spoke after all of this time with what I was doing, investing in myself, boom, I was like, sweetheart, I love you. Everything's gonna be okay. Like but I needed her to do this for me to do this for myself. I probably wouldn't have worked it out till like at this age or at 60.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I
So
had a chance to do it at 40.
So what you're saying is, while Angie was obviously transitioning, you also looked inwards and were like,
Yeah.
why am I feeling this way?
Through therapy, was it?
Therapy.
I do think it's still hard as a wife to support that your husband is transitioning. So
Way.
props to you for that.
I
because-
follow a lot online. I actually love watching it.
Yeah, no,
So
because
cool.
basically, Joey, you had to do your own kind of self work
Mm.
because all this time you were helping Angie, who was Ian back then, and then when you did that, you felt like, oh, I also have some issues that I need to kind of let go.
There was a lot of issues that had come up, and I don't think any of this would have come up till later years. But it was I was facing them now, and I was so disgruntled. I was unhappy. I was frustrated because why can I be so supportive and gung-ho with what she wants in her life, but at the same time I have this massive roadblock? What's wrong with me? I'm a bad person. Mga thoughts
Yeah.
na ganyan,
Of
like,
course, you blame yourself.
and then when I learned the proper tools needed, because I just didn't have life tools, and when I invested in myself and was able to seek patterns, because you can only do this when you want to. So you can't be thrown into therapy. Go, this person
Yeah.
will fix you. No, you have to ask for it. You seek it. And I wanted to, because the foundation of us was important. We loved each other. That was the base. That's
Even if
Or-
you resented
yeah.
a little bit, you wanted to go back to that.
So I'm gonna go in here and start building, and I need to, as in a marriage, in a teamwork, it's teamwork.
Yeah.
She's doing her thing. I also, like what we said on our wedding day. I say with us, how I view marriage is like two trees, one maple tree, one oak tree. Together we are strong trees. We are rooted together, but we do not shade each other. But we're individual, but yet growing. You get?
Yeah.
So it's my turn to start branching.
And growing
Yeah.
because all this time you were also supporting.
And then how did that fall on you? Like, how were you feeling?
Well, so another favorite cuento I have with how I help resolve our issues, right? Because fear is the future, and we were both worried of what's going to happen to us, what's going to be this, whatever our friends think, what will the work think, and I was like, babe, transition is not overnight. And if you wake up tomorrow, you still like what you see, you still love me, then let's go from there.
Oh, yeah.
So we brought it back to a
Live
moment.
in the present.
Let's keep it in the present, keep it in the moment. And let's not worry too much about tomorrow, what people and friends are going to say.
Yeah.
And that helped reestablish our groundwork. And from then on, we were just like, okay, we'll take it a day at a time and then work from there.
Yeah.
And then that day came out where we got so much love and support. And we're just like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It wasn't as crazy as you thought it would be.
Yeah.
Wasn't as scary.
Unexpected at all. It was. Did not think that was going to happen.
I actually remember that time, and I remember everyone like, "Wow, it was more inspiring than anything." Like for you to be able to come out and the way you were supportive,
Yeah.
it's just amazing.
It was also, it left people like, big question mark. It's true. It inspired a lot of love and hate. So, but since this is the Sexytime podcast, we're going to ask some intimate questions. But how has your, let's say, sex life evolved from being Ian and now to being Angie? Has it changed or is it still the same?
Well, we still do the same positions.
I think
Okay.
and
Yeah, I mean,
we
that
should change this up a
just-
bit more.
just-
it's
Yeah.
more scheduled now.
There are now boobs in front of my face.
There's
I
now a
think
G
the
cow.
scheduled part is normal, really. And then
The scheduled part is just us aging.
it
scheduled
has nothing
part?
to do
Yeah.
with transition.
It's like Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Are you free?
we have to.
Send a calendar invite.
We also need to like there'll be times like, babe, we have to kiss more. We miss kissing, so we
Yeah.
spend time just kissing.
Oh my God.
So cute. Like, when was the last time you just made out?
It's true. When you're married, sometimes it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
The busy
Yeah.
schedule takes over.
Yeah.
And scheduling is perfect though, because at least there's intention to
Yes.
be like, okay,
Stretch.
That's
Okay.
what I learned in this podcast. Scheduling is actually really necessary. A lot of people think it takes out the intimacy of it, but no. At least there's
Like
intimacy
8 to
begin
9
with.
massage, 9 to 10 sex. Diba?
exactly.
Because it shows the importance that the value you have with the relationship, that we're scheduling sexy time because we know that this is a vital component
Yeah.
in us.
Intimacy is connection.
Was it
Yeah.
a big thing for you guys from the very beginning?
Yeah, it's just like the beginning would be, like here.
So you just
Here,
everywhere,
there.
diba?
Singapore.
It's like,
No, you can do it multiple times in the night.
oh,
Good luck.
Okay.
Now it's like
the younger
bed.
years were so good.
But we're so good. But now
Let's
it's like, wait lang,
reminisce.
I need to take my collagen. My back hurts.
It's like I think I pulled something.
Babe, I just need the pillow under here.
Pass me,
Under here, please.
pass me the tiger balm.
Or after
That's
a
so
while,
sexy for me when we smell
Tiger
like
balm.
the smell of the methylated, like we have methylated
like
not-
Salad
salon
bath.
We're like,
That's the best.
so sexy, honey.
Okay, so I mean, it's because for us who don't know, maybe it's an ignorant question, but we also don't know. Like, are you guys still having sex? Do you not have sex? Is it something that you
We're
had to
still-
talk about in your relationship when it came to you
we're
transitioning,
still
right?
intimate. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it was never an outright discussion because it was always going to be part of our relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we're still together also because if you remove that in any relationship, the fulfillment will
Yeah.
be
Very different.
Yeah. And then I
and
think
that's when people get wayward.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then also when you've been together for so long, it's not just physical. It's sexy is trust. Sexy is vulnerability. Sexy is just bearing who you really are to someone.
Yeah.
And that and intimacy is just being really okay with that and still finding each other attractive in that moment.
Yeah.
We always love joking, babe, movie kiss tayo. Because the movie kisses are always so passionate. and
Yeah.
hard. So we have so much fun like that. We're joking, like when people ask for a photo, so we don't want to get a photo. Okay, movie kiss tayo. Para it makes it really awkward.
Right here, guys.
And then, wag na lang yung photo." I think we have fun with that. And yeah, physically I adore and love her actually even a lot more greater than during the Ian era.
Really? Is it because you
Why?
fully
Why is that?
accepted?
Yeah, tell us.
Just because she is who she is or who she is meant to be, that if there was such thing as going back in time and I'd be like, which persona would you wish for? I'd be like, I will choose Angie. And then Ian, yes, wonderful, but I will gravitate to Angie.
Yeah.
And I guess because she has really, this is who she is.
Authentically
Yes.
who she is.
And what about you, Angie? Do you feel that as Ian, you were very different in the bedroom because you were suppressing something? Or did you feel like, no, this has always been
anything
kind of me?
changed?
Yeah.
No?
Well, I think when I embraced my trans side, I became more open in everything. So even my friends, when they saw me come out, they're like, you smile more, you're easier to be around. And like I wasn't grumpy. So I think this translated from my personal life also with Joey because I was more like everything is like bright-eyed and like I'm so excited to be alive. Like I was at my moment of like this is living.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
it's funny because when I came out, like everything started happening for me. I went racing internationally.
Yes.
I think I'm the first trans woman to race with
Yes.
Ferrari and
Yeah,
actually
That's so
You're
cool.
friends with
I've seen
Caitlyn
those
Jenner.
I met Caitlyn Jenner
Yeah.
and I actually messaged her the other day because
She's commenting on your posts.
her manager
Yeah.
passed away.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So I sent her my deepest sympathies because that's difficult. But it was at a moment in my life like, wow, life is so good.
You
And
finally get to live the life you want.
I explain it to people like I used to operate with Windows and Macintosh, and
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
I'm
iOS
just,
ka
I'm
na.
just Apple. baby.
Apple.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a
So-
really good analysis.
So I think even when it translated to the way I treated Joey, also in intimacy, I was just more excited. I was just like happy. It's like for me, it's like this woman has given me the opportunity to be who I was supposed to be,
Yeah.
and for that I am deeply in love with her.
you know what? This is such. I'm so.
Hormones.
I'm so touched with your story. I'm so touched with your story because I feel that you guys really worked on it together and we're so open. And
But
it's not something
It's also that. Sorry, I'm just like so amazed watching you both because from the beginning, from your first date and talking about how communication played such an important role, and coming from our last episode, we were just talking about how communication really
Yes.
makes a relationship, and it's just a very clear example in your relationship, how from the beginning up until right now, expressing what you've been through, expressing the anger and resentment you
Yes.
felt has helped you guys. I'm like, I can't stress it enough. Communication.
Yeah,
But you
and-
also are so good in communicating, right? Was it, I don't know, like, were you always like that?
No, no, of course not. And you know, just because we all speak English, the way we hear things and
Yeah.
interpret things is very different because we have arguments and it's like you said this. I'm like, yeah, but I meant this.
Yes. But your tone
Yeah.
said this.
Yeah, it's true.
Right, exactly. So like, there's always I have this thing when Joey shouts, I will leave the room. Like I don't need to get shouted at. I'm a
back away.
dignified person,
Yes,
Yeah.
walk away.
right?
And it gives me a chance, like, okay, she don't
Calm
play
down.
that way.
yeah,
I check in, like,
I don't engage in
Got it.
a shouting contest, even with my employees, my partners, like nothing.
Yeah.
Because for me, that's just the pissing contest.
Yeah.
Like who has the loudest voice. So for me, it's like, talk to me when you're calm. And I got this from my folks.
Yeah.
Because my dad's super man of few words, very chill,
Yeah.
and very hard to get him riled
To
up.
say, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Which is a superpower
it is.
Yeah.
Because you control what you say.
in your reaction.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's very hard to unsay things that
Yeah.
you've said, especially if it's mean things.
Yeah, you're like, well, I didn't like
Learn-
that top
learn
you were
that.
wearing.
yes.
No, but sometimes
lesson
no,
for
it's
you.
also imprinted on us because I'm like that. But I think it's also good, I guess, from our parents when they try to get our attention or whatever. They'll say something so vicious, and you're like, okay, how do I recover from
Who
that?
does that?
Diba? Like, whoa, our mom was like that. Like,
Yeah.
whoa, intense.
Vicious. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
and then it's wala lang for them. But then for you, it's like so cutting.
Yeah.
So that's a really good superpower.
Childhood trauma.
Also
let it
understanding that she doesn't engage in that and saying, okay, how do I
exactly.
communicate in a way that she'll understand how I feel and see me, and it's not in the way that I was brought up or how I'm used to. It's so much work.
Yeah.
You guys did
It
so much
is.
work.
It's a lot
It
of
is
work.
Marriage is
patience.
work.
Yeah.
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 Getting married is easy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Staying married.
Yeah.
That's where
Exactly.
it comes.
I want to ask like some advice for people or listeners or maybe someone who might be going through a similar situation with you guys individually.
Yeah.
Like, what's some advice for you as someone who supported Angie through this process? Like, what advice can you give someone in that situation?
It's definitely a tap in with yourself on, is this what you also wish for? Is this a life that you can see yourself
Living,
with? And
yeah.
if it's not, it's okay. Just being honest with yourself. And if it's not, that's okay.
Yeah.
Let's still support both ways. As I support you for being who you are, but I also support myself. You have to think of you.
Yes. Yeah.
And if you're willing and you think that this is great, then go forth, because what more, and I'm only using from my own experience, what more can you learn about your humanness in this beautiful life experience? What if?
Yeah.
You know, so I just say, like, you have a what if and maybe not, or let's go.
Yeah. Anything, Angie?
Ooh, I would say, well, my advice to the spouses who have to, I guess, like,
Come out.
figure out,
Yeah.
like, themselves. Like, I thought, one, I'd forever be single. So I had this notion where no one's gonna understand me. I guess it's the same for everyone, right? The internal dialogue of like, no one's ever gonna get me. I'm forever gonna be alone, and why even try? But that small percentage in me that saw that glimmer of hope, and you never know until you ask. So you have to put it out there, because if you can't be vocal about your dreams, aspirations, wants, then the universe is not going to hear you.
Amen. Yeah.
So
it's
I
true.
had to muster up that courage, put it out there, and see where is this going to go.
Yeah.
And if I didn't do that, if I didn't fly to Singapore, if I didn't come up to Joey, none of this would be my reality. So it was that moment where I'm like, just ask. Just like take a risk. Like,
Yeah.
what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, that's true.
Look at this like love story.
So beautiful that you guys constantly.
Yeah.
Okay, before we wrap, we have some fast fire questions just for both of you to answer. Morning sex or night sex?
Afternoon.
Morning.
right now.
Morning and afternoon.
Morning after. Yeah.
Toys in the bedroom, yay or nay?
Oh,
Depends on the toys, the little vibrating thing.
yes. Yay.
Just that
Who
last
gets to
one.
choose it?
Oh,
Me.
I used to choose it.
song to make out to.
Oh.
Oh, we don't have one. I'm thinking Usher's song. We make love in the club. No.
No.
Individual songs.
I don't know. Makeout song?
We don't have a song.
No, we don't have a
song.
makeout
Time to
song.
establish.
No.
When you
Okay.
do your scheduled
I
makeout.
know.
Okay.
What's something that your partner does that melts your heart? This is sweet. More on the sweet side.
Just the other day, for me, when I said, because babe, what do you want to eat? I'm like, I want something homey, something warm. What's that?
Cooking.
And then, babe, I think I just want hot chocolate. That's all I want. Boom. She made hot chocolate from the leftover Roy's chocolate. And that was so, honey, thank you.
That's
all
so
I
sweet.
wanted.
So you guys still do those small like gestures.
Yeah, I didn't
for
think
each
she
other.
would, but she meant, here, babe, it might be bitter because it's perfect.
Well, one of the tips I tell couples, right? Consider your relationship like always courtship. I always gift Joey with surprises. Like I always think of things like, how can I surprise her? And then, I like planning our vacations to make sure that, I get all the itinerary down.
Yeah.
I tell her like, we're going here for 3 days,
Yeah,
we're going here. And then she'll look for the little details of
Yeah.
like, I want to eat here.
Oh, so you have your roles. You
Yeah,
have your
so
roles.
I'll plan the general. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna be in this area for
Yeah.
this long, and
And she decides
Yeah,
what
there's a
restaurant to
park
eat
here, we
in
can
or
go
whatever.
here, and then there's a
and
plant-based
then,
choo-choo
like
here.
the tours and stuff. Like she'll be like, "Oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like this lake is beautiful.
Yeah.
So we'll do a day trip here." So
So you guys also have your kind of commonalities, things that you love doing together. And then, like you said, Angie does the car racing and also Joey, you do your own
we're
kind
like
of thing.
opposite
Yeah,
personality.
super
Really?
opposites,
Yeah.
That's a weird
So
too.
I'm risk taker, spontaneous.
Safe.
And
Well, I guess that's why you kind of attract each other, right?
it's like complete like.
But you're both vegan.
No,
I-
I'm vegan.
she's-
I'm
You're vegan.
plant based.
She's
I can't say
plant-based.
vegan because
Okay.
I have leather
I
shoes
flex
and
it.
bags.
Okay.
She's sexy.
I love your exception.
I have leather
Hey,
shoes.
it's difficult.
so good.
Real vegans will
Yeah, no,
butcher
How dare
me.
you? I go, I know I have a Gucci bag.
And
love Chanel.
The sports cars have
Lambskin.
leather interior, so I
Yeah.
can't say I'm vegan. I'm plant based.
You're plant-based.
Plant based. Yeah.
When did you decide to do that?
I've been at it for 3 years. No drinking, no smoking, and
Wow.
plant based.
Okay.
So I
You feel great?
I literally turned a new leaf and said I'm gonna be healthy, do things that are good
Mm-hmm.
for me in the long run because I was killing myself during the pandemic of just drinking, smoking, binging,
Yeah.
and YOLO everything,
Yeah.
Zoom Inuman, and
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
Oh my
this.
gosh.
And we have this promise that when we're older, we have to look cool coming out of a sports car, and
you don't want to.
And
You won't be like,
and-
oh my God,
and
that's sakit.
we don't need to have a nurse or
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
handicapped to each other.
Yes.
So we have this goal where that's why workout and
Yeah.
fitness and health is our thing now.
Yeah, taking care of ourselves helps take care of us.
All right. I wanted to thank both of you for taking the time and sharing with us your story. It's so inspiring. It made me cry. But also, we have a little
Just
goodie
a little goodie
bag
bag for
both
you
of
guys.
Okay,
Sounds
4
great.
o'clock.
For Joey to
For,
choose
Four
for your
o'clock?
4 o'clock afternoon delight.
your schedule.
Yeah.
So
Thank you so
4
much
Thank you,
for
guys.
being
We
open
still have
and
your lubricant.
Yeah.
It's,
4
it's
o'clock?
in Angie's drawer side.
Yay.
It's enjoy time.
we hope you had fun.
This is new toys.
This one. Thank you.